All right, let's talk about savings. We all have that number sitting in a bank account, right? But what if I told you that number could be doing so much more than just sitting there? Today, we're going to turn that simple number into a powerhouse, a real working tool that builds your financial freedom.
You know, this quote from Morgan Housel just nails it. We're not just trying to pile up cash. We're building an invisible armor, a financial fortress that protects you. It's not just about having savings, it's about having a strategy that makes those savings work for you.
So, I've got to ask you, think about your savings right now. Does every single dollar, every single cent, have a specific job, a mission, or is it all just lumped together, kind of waiting for something to happen? If so, you're not unlocking its true power.
And that's exactly where this blueprint comes into play. We're going to break down a super simple but incredibly powerful four-part framework to give all your savings a purpose. Think of them as the 4 pillars holding up your entire financial house.
Here it is. This is the whole blueprint. We've got 4 pillars. First, annual expenses. This is for all the stuff we know is coming. Second, security. That's our shield. Third, treasury. This is the fun one. It's for enjoying life. And fourth, investment. This is the engine that's going to drive you to freedom. Let's break them down.
Pillar number 1, and listen, this one is absolutely non-negotiable. Annual expenses. This is for all the predictable costs that hit you every year. You know, things like car insurance, property taxes, maybe even planning for holiday gifts. Honestly, this isn't even really savings. It's just money you haven't spent yet. It has to be your top priority.
Okay, next up we have this incredible 1-2 punch, security and treasury. Your security pillar, that's your emergency fund. It's the shield that protects you when life throws a real curveball, like a job loss or a surprise medical bill. But, and this is just as important, you have the treasury pillar. This is your reward. This is money you set aside on purpose so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor completely guilt-free.
And that brings us to the engine room. Pillar number 4, investment. This is the money that goes to work for you, day and night, growing over time to build real long-term wealth. The goal here should be at least 10% of your income. This isn't just about saving for retirement, it's about actively buying back your future time. This pillar is your ticket to freedom.
Now, before we see this whole system in action, I want to share a quick thought from the legendary Charlie Munger. What we're talking about here is a fantastic set of ideas, a powerful blueprint. But it's so important to remember that this is for your inspiration. The goal is for you to take these concepts and assemble them in a way that makes sense for your life, for your brain.
So, keeping Charlie's advice in mind, let's see how someone might assemble these ideas for themselves. To make this all feel a bit more real, let's walk through an example. I want you to meet Sandra.
So this is Sandra. She's decided she's going to use this 4-pillar system to get her finances in order. But you know, just like a lot of us, when she sits down and looks at the actual numbers, she feels a little bit of that hesitation creep in.
And here's what's going through her head, and I think this is so relatable. She's thinking, okay, 10% for investing, that's 200 euros every single month. Wow, that feels like a lot. But then she remembers this amazing mantra, difficult choices, easy life. And with that, she decides to go for it.
Okay, so here's Sandra's starting point. Every month, after she's paid all her essential bills, she has exactly 600 euros left over that she can direct towards her financial goals. The big question is, how does she split it up using our 4 pillars?
And here's her plan in action. She puts 200 euros straight into her number 1 priority, her annual expenses fund. Then, another 200 euros goes right to her investment pillar to meet that 10% goal. The last 200 euros, she splits it right down the middle. 100 goes into her security fund for emergencies, and 100 goes into her treasury for some well-deserved fun. Boom! Just like that, every single euro has a job.
Look, having a great plan is one thing, but having a plan that runs itself, that's the real game changer. The secret sauce to making all of this totally effortless is putting the entire system on autopilot.
And it's so simple. Step 1, you figure out your percentages, just like Sandra did. Step 2, you open 4 separate bank accounts, 1 for each pillar. This is so important for keeping things clear in your head. And step 3, this is the magic. You schedule automatic transfers to those accounts for the 5th of every month. Why the 5th? Well, it's right after most people get paid, but it's before you've had a chance to spend it. It completely takes willpower out of the equation. And that's what this is all about. When you automate your savings, you are taking back control. You are telling your money exactly what to do, where to go, and when to do it. You become the master, and your money becomes the faithful servant, working around the clock to build the life you want.
All right, we covered a lot, but what I love about this system is how simple it is once you get it going. So let's just quickly run through the biggest takeaways from this entire Freedom Blueprint.
Okay, here's what you need to remember. First, always cover your annual expenses. That's priority number 1. Second, commit to investing a minimum of 10% of your income. And remember, this whole plan can bend and flex with your life. If you can, try to build all 4 pillars at the same time. But the real key to it all, you've got to automate it. And for those of you who want the full step-by-step guide, we have a complete A to Z action plan for you right here on the channel.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question. This system, it's not just about moving money around. It is a clear, step-by-step path to buying back your time, your security, and your freedom. So, are you ready to start? If you want to see that full action plan and really make this happen, make sure you like this and subscribe. And hey, if this has got you fired up, let me know in the comments. Just type the word freedom below.